Welcome back. Here we are at the museum. It's finally open. Yay!
Oh yeah, okay.
Brilliant.
Yeah, now we get to learn more about the town and its actual lore as we visit the museum.
Good afternoon. May I explore the
It looked
museum?
like a mirror.
So I thought
almost.
that was like a reflection or something.
Yes!
Thanks.
I me
I'm
too.
Nigel, by the way.
It's like just Nigel just looks through the window and it's a reflection of somebody else. Ghost
no.
work, I tell you, ghost work.
Anyway, meet Professor
Is
Ugo.
there an entrance fee?
Normally, yes. But the museum is free during public holidays.
Should I be looking out for anything in particular?
Many of our exhibits are unusual or rare. What were you looking for in particular?
What can you
Is it
tell
normal
me
that he has an
about
awful
lost?
microphone?
The ending for this game.
Yes.
Is it lost? Something that has yet to be found is not necessarily lost.
I'm not
Wow.
sure I understand.
If something has remained hidden through centuries of upheaval and mischief, do you really think you have the right to disturb its
That's a
wonder?
polite way of saying stop trying to find the crown.
Does the name Aeger mean anything to you?
The Acres lived for many centuries out by Northfield.
We know.
The family home still stands on Raven Lane.
Is it normal that he has like a really awful microphone?
Here
Yes. I
That
think
sounds
so.
terrible.
there are some exhibits with Acre
For
connections.
some reason,
The murder
he's
and
always
the
talking to a
missing
microphone.
man may well
although
be
later
of
we get to see him
interest.
outside talking normally. But for now, you get to listen
Could I
him
borrow
to him in
an exhibit
awful
or
microphone
seance
version.
or similar experiment?
I mean, the speakers look like they cost like $5.
Be warned,
Made out of
security cameras
cardboard.
are everywhere. We see all.
We see all.
Probably
the
like
things.
sheep ones that are fake.
Yes.
We know all. We hear all.
Yeah.
Would it be possible to return here tonight to ghost hunt?
Certainly not. Some of our exhibits are priceless. We can't have students running around looking for ghouls and
This guy's
goblins.
surprisingly passive aggressive considering Danvers.
Is the museum
Ghouls and
Yeah.
goblins.
Yeah.
Saxon has many old buildings.
You can't say
young man,
Dungeons and Dragons, that's
played
copyrighted.
host to many characters.
Nah, I think you can. I wonder if you can. I bet you
I
can.
don't know. Maybe not in a commercial product, but anything else, maybe.
Thank you for your time.
I mean, it's just a
It's my
reference. I
job
guess.
to help.
I don't know.
Information is free. But feel free to donate to our fund.
Mind if I take a leaflet?
Yes.
I thought that was for money at first.
Anyway, we get a map, and it's not really that useful. It's not too
Oh, it's
complicated
Art
for a
Nouveau.
museum.
I love the fact that whenever you ask if you take a leaflet, he says, yes, that's definitely possible, as opposed to other leaflets that you're not allowed to touch.
Yes.
They will kill
Anyway,
you upon
here's the
sight.
museum. God help me, I have to summarize all of this shit.
Still luck.
Yeah. Okay, the three kings of Saxon. These are the three kings, and they are
thought they were
Adolf and his son
queens.
Scadwulf of Pandrea. They were the ancient kings of the land known as Saxon, and they basically were trying to find one of their crowns. Gadwulf's crown, to be
That's
specific.
not right.
Also, we cannot take any pictures while we in here or record anything.
No photography, filming, or tampering in the museum.
We see all, Mr. Danvers.
That's not right.
Just can
You
you
use the
just
auto gadget
hold?
though, but
you try to interact with it and you just hear a voice going, we see what you're doing, Mr.
you
Danvers.
can use your
Anyway.
you can use your auto gadgets as well, but otherwise you can't really do anything right now. We'll be coming
Can't
back
he
here
just
later.
put a microphone in his sleeve like, oh, I reach out? and
Anyway, interesting
record
facts
it?
about the Saxon Museum. It's just fun facts. There are two things I noticed though. Haddon has donated various interactive touchscreens to the museum, and the website in the bottom is an actual honest-to-God website you can visit in real life.
Well,
Like, if
Wait,
you
there
actually
are
go in there, you
touch
can actually
screens?
see a website of Saxton. And it's actually trying to, and it's even better, there's like advertisements for other links to other parts of the website. And they're designed to look like typical clickbait ads. Like, you should check it out, it's kind of hilarious in a way.
so it's like a website for a fictional museum, or
Yes.
like an actual.
It's like the website for an entire fictional town of Saxon. And these are one of the Haddon's interactive touchscreens, and Saxon Warrior
Ooh.
is a helmet believed to belong to
Oh!
Gandalf. You might have seen that helmet around before.
So when you touch it, you get like
Hang on.
some.
And these movies that the touchscreen has are just basically used. I think they're like footage gathered by the development team as they were trying to record towns to design Saxton. They don't have any importance, so I decided only to show a glimpse of them before going and moving on.
Sorry, I see what you mean about the fake ads.
Yes.
Do you have what it takes to be a ghost hunter? Would you dare to camp on the old moor after dark?
Yes.
Many archaeologists
And butterflies.
believe there is treasure hidden
In the chat.
I wonder if the makers themselves believe in ghosts or if they make fun of it because it's like so boring. It's like, ugh.
And it's another one of these footages they recorded around town.
It
I
looks
think I'm
like
just going to make a bonus episode showing all these because
The museum is based
Yeah.
on
it
Saxon's
really isn't important.
built around
They go on
1890.
forever, and I don't think I want to drag on this video forever.
at first I thought it was like a garbage dump, but I think it was like, what was it? Oh damn it! Comment on it.
Right, let's see.
Yeah, I think I thought it was low tide at one picture. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this door, you can't do anything with it. Now Damage he does this thing of knocking with this questionable knocking animation.
Be sure to check the upper
Yeah.
gallery to view some of
You can hear
our
someone
our
walking around
products.
inside though. But other than that, nothing. Right. Spivey's scope. Used by Walter Spivey, saved his ship from crashing to rocks during a heavy fog. It is believed that the scope gives good luck to its user. My throat.
So is there? Do you find a crown or like more hints to it in this museum?
You'll find hints
And
to the
that's
crown
it?
later on. It's for later. Saxon monsters actually has a trilobite, some sort of sea insect. But superstitious people believed it was some sort of mythical monster.
Trilobite.
Or corpse of it or whatever.
The footprint.
And I'm showing here you can actually use your gadgets. You can actually use your recorder on it and you won't get nagged in. And oh god, the library.
The new video
After I look
Okay.
found in the butterfly
I basically tried to find
Deep
anything
sip.
to not go into the library at this point.
What haunting eyes? They follow you around.
Imagine throwing like the camera at the surveillance camera out of frustration. Like, then
Anyway.
you have like an
Okay, deep sip of water.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
You have
Okay,
to
the
summarize
Doggerland.
every
There's
book.
stories about an island filled with ice age creatures, and the island was supposedly washed away, but due to industrial revolution and pollution and stuff. And the next book is a book
Wasn't
about...
Doggerland like a sandbank?
I don't know how to explain!
sea-
The older
sorry.
families of Anglia. They talked about various families of Saxton. The important ones are the Aegers. Thomas Aeger was a rector of Northfield in 1799, but appeared in a portrait painted in 1899, suggesting that he lived for 100 years. Frederick Aeger spent his life reconstructing Saxton during 1847, including Net Hut and Saxon Harbour. Nathaniel Aeger had a tomb in Alcove Church built under a massive pipe organ he built, which bankrupted his family, and Willem Aeger died poor and alone, unable to share his family secrets. This book is about a love story about various people, and it's not really important. And I believe there's also another book of non-importance later on. But in that family also mentions more about Nicholas Gurney, that he died around 1799, presumably murdered around Northfield, and he was built in, and he had a excuse me, and was later rest around his tomb. This book explains about the Anglo-Saxons and their speculation about the influence in England and whatever. And I think
Are we done?
no. Okay, these exhibits goes to detail about Emily Travers, the girl who you saw the ghost of in the Saxon caverns. It goes in detail that she never came out of the caverns when she went exploring, and while her body was never recovered, her spectacles was assured, suggesting that she died. And ever since then, the caverns have been haunted by singing women, suggesting that might be Emily. And on the other side, which we'll get in a moment, is about the Harvard Cottage and an apparent suicide that happened there. Harvard Cottage was originally a place where fish were docked to unload their catch, but it was later converted into a dwelling, which we now live in. And at one point, a man called Eduardo had bought the building, but later hanged himself inside the cottage. It was unknown why he did it. And let's see, how much left is there? I think there's only 3 things left. And these are the spectacles of Emily, the girl in the cavern.
Let me summarize everything.
Right. Oh god.
The May Day Fair will be held.
Alright, I missed this. This is an actual map. Oh, okay, this goes more into detail about the Anglo-Saxon legend. It explains that the many treasures of the Anglo-Saxons' 3 kings were mostly destroyed, but Gadwulf's crown is believed to still remain and protect Saxton from being invaded by dragons, warlocks, and other monsters. And if it's removed, it is believed that they will invade Saxton amongst all of England, which is why they believe that Saxton will fall if they invade.
Can't see me from here.
I mean, if the crown is found and removed. I'm probably doing a poor job of explaining all this, but
The museum will be closing in 10 minutes. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
now we're technically done with the museum, but there's still a few things I want to explore, since they're kind of important in a way. Specifically this skeleton.
Don't forget to explore the mystery surrounding the Saxton skeleton.
And this is the Saxon skeleton. And you can actually do a couple of things with him for now. We can't take pictures or film him, but we can take a recording. And I actually forget to show the recording, but I'll show it later on at the end of the video.
There's definitely something. I should listen to the recording.
I believe this is the next to last thing we need to summarize as well. Anyway, so what you find out about here is that this guy was found murdered in the Carrion Woods, and it was believed he was killed by a scythe. Unfortunately, they could not figure out who this man was, and his identity remains a mystery. They tell us in the bottom you can actually find a number to the crime line. You can give information to the man's real identity. That will be important for the game later on.
I'll make a note.
And we're almost done. And these are the various items found around the Mystery Man's corpse. A book, a hat, and a scythe.
Ada House, Raven Lane, Northfield.
You don't have to be quiet anymore. There's only one thing left to summarize.
I'm just waiting for you to finish summarizing.
It's only one thing, and it's super brief. We almost explored everything about the museum about now. There's only one thing of importance that's not within this floor. And it's gonna be a while before we get to it. It's around 19 minutes, and we're in 13 minutes. And yes, that guy will constantly tell you that the museum will be closing all the time.
I love how Nigel's just somehow able to cancel it, as if you just hear ding dong dong, and then Nigel does a complete 180, goes shh, and then the announcements just stop.
Pickers and pots. Discovered in the woods and fields around Northfield, they are thought to be 4,000 years old. The Saxton claw, originally thought to be Grendel's claw, by the dragon-fearing folk of ages past. This fossil is thought to date from the Jurassic era.
And these are things I don't have to summarize because it does it for me.
Take the weight off your feet and watch our
The
film about
suicide's
town.
noose. A grisly reminder of Edward Molina's fate. The local businessman and celebrity killed himself in the late 1950s.
So we figured they will be putting his news in the museum.
sounds like a wonderful museum to take your children to.
Yeah.
A surviving musical instrument from Saxton's long-lost brass band.
Yeah.
Nautical history. These items were donated by Walter Spivey, famed seaman of the Saxton Seas.
Also, you probably didn't notice, but the Hangman's Noose, the name he gave is different from the one in the actual exhibit.
The
Exhibit
secret
is Eduardo, but here it said Edward.
discovered in the basement
Which is
of the
kinda
Lighthouse
weird.
Cafe. This ancient recipe
Last minute
is thought to
change?
be Anglo-Saxon
Maybe.
in origin. Saxton punch.
Ugh.
A flask of Saxton punch, a strong medieval beverage. Discovered in the wine cellar of the Bear.
Oh my god, summarizing all of this was a big pain, especially writing it all down. It kind of made me feel like I was back in
A
school.
replica Saxon sword based upon a priceless item
Fair enough.
found in the murky swamps of Sedgemarsh.
Are you still there, Arthuriel? Or did you run away?
I'm still here, I'm just reading an interview with the maker of the game.
Oh, okay.
And a trackman's
You're doing something more interesting than all this. I don't blame you.
Apparently he is into ghosts or something, but it sounds a bit vague, I think. At least that's my impression.
By Wesley Russet after their discovery in Oakham Church.
Maybe I can...
And we were almost done with the museum. We have only a few more exhibits, one upstairs, and then we can leave this damn place. My throat is going to be murdering me this whole day. But at the very least, it's almost over now. I don't think I have to do any more summaries this heavy in the future.
Oh, is that it?
No, there's still one floor, but it's a very
Sorry.
short floor. Anyway, you get haunted sounds if you try to call for help. Which is exactly what you want to hear when you're stuck in the elevator.
Yep.
After the second floor, it's mercifully a lot shorter and only has one thing of note. Mostly just paintings. Let's see, where are we in the video? Yeah, a couple of minutes. Might as well ask you guys, what's your impression of this game so far?
I'm honestly losing interest in regards to the story, because admittedly I'm the kind of person who just likes games with good gameplay rather than story, so...
That's understandable.
Maybe it's different if I were playing it itself, but at the moment it feels a bit like it's dragging
Yeah,
on.
I guess it would be
it's-
more interesting if you were the one who was like figuring it out,
Yeah, I
I guess
guess.
rather than watching a walkthrough of it.
True.
It's
True,
a
I guess.
But I have no idea what it means.
It has its moments, but yeah, most of it can be a bit of a drag, especially these
The
parts.
museum is based in Saxon's old town hall.
But considering the puzzles of some of these, would you really like to rather play it than actually just watch someone play it? Like the whole finding ingredients in the woods and spinning rocks around. Oh yeah, these are also another one of these footages from people who were making the game, exploring various English towns in order to make Saxton. And this is the actual painting of importance. This painting's creator is actually unknown, and it's going to be, we're actually going to find out who it actually is later on, but for now we can't do anything right now. And also we can't take any photography and do any ghost hunting with this. So I'm just going to show off what is on the bottom floor. Unfortunately, it's just very brief one look. And then we can finally leave this godforsaken place. Unfortunately, we cannot leave the godforsaken town. Actually, it's kind of the vibe you get from reading the website. Like, it's a place you'll never want to leave or whatever.
Actually, everyone wants to leave, but they can't.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I guess, sort of the opening of Half-Life, where you hear that guy saying, "Oh, the trains always come in, but they never leave," or something like that.
Yeah. And now we're finally out.
To do what we want to do.
We're finally out of the museum. We'll have to return there a couple of times, but not having to. We don't have to go through all the looking at the exhibits. Fortunately, we're done when it comes to the exhibits. We're done with them forever. Anyway, Nana and Noah mentioned we should pop by for tea, so that's what we're going to do right now.
Oh, here you are.
Hello, George.
Not much you can do right now. You can look around a couple of things.
There's more than one color, it must be haunted.
Yeah. And again, reminder that she apparently had a shower but it drowned. And you can play around with the radio and get different channels.
Metal.
5 miles. West by north, 3.
Mostly use classical music.
Oh.
So I set it to like this one because I kind of liked it the most. I needed something to forget about the horrible museum.
Just PTSD. It's like, I need some music to calm down.
Unfortunately, it then stops playing it and it won't play again for the whole thing.
Oh.
So literally, it was no point in playing around with the radio if you wanted to continue talking to Nanny Noah. If you wanted to listen to the actual radio, you have to just stall and do nothing.
That's a weird school.
1027.
I don't know if I'm a terrible person to make you go through all of this.
I wouldn't really say so.
I mean, it's probably because we haven't gotten to the really interesting parts yet. Since we just started with the ghost.
Why is it
hunt.
zooming in? It's a picture. Is it like, ooh, meaning or
I think it's
like
just
to
more
bore
just-
us?
It's just more just trying to signify the time's just passing and we're just trying to find something to do while we're waiting for the tea.
Honestly, I thought I was just trying to strike an emotional chord without doing anything in particular.
Yeah.
I think it will just kill us with boredom.
Yeah.
Boredom and classical music.
Oh no, we had one bread slice. Enough. We lost one bread slice. No.
Unfortunately, Arthuriel and Ben didn't quite survive the museum trip.
She must tell me about it. But first, you must have some questions. Or
Why is this so
something to show
boring?
me.
It's the lost ground.
Can I ask about Northfield Church?
Of course, I'll help if I can.
I believe Northfield Church is haunted.
Oh, without doubt. Who do you think it is?
I'm not sure, but all clues are pointing towards the Agers.
The Agers? Oh, Nigel. You're going to have to take care.
Why? Is there something I should know?
Brothers, 4 of them, all connected to the local churches.
Yes. Thomas Ager was a rector.
So this is
But
a summary of everything we found out.
Dark-hearted, even
So
that he
again,
was
back to
nasty.
Boredom Land.
I presume the game designers thought, there'll be people like me and whatnot who just stop focusing on the story, so we have to start reiterating information into all
I guess
possible
it's good,
moments.
Good considering all the information you gather. It can be kind of hard to figure out everything unless you write it down.
Yeah.
Anyway, have his
I felt
fork.
there was someone or something watching me from the railway sidings.
I know, Nigel. Be careful tonight.
We got a magical fork from the old lady now.
I met Mr. Russet, the gravedigger.
Wesley Russet is as old as these fens.
He talked about the old ways.
Did he now? We'll have to talk about that, you and I.
Have I done something wrong?
No, not at all. You're just not ready for such things.
May I ask about something else?
Of course, I'll help
You're not
if I
ready
can.
for the old ways, Mr. Danvers.
You were right
The
about
old
For some
ways.
reason, that sort of discussion there is just making me think of the sort of a father sitting down with his sons, like, they're gonna give the talk, and then the father just says, you know, back in the old days, we used to do these things. And that's it.
Yeah.
The museum presented many mysteries.
I wonder how a parody of this game would look like.
Better
8
than this,
million years
please.
later.
I think it would be 5 seconds long, because more than 5 seconds would be outstaying its welcome.
Yes.
Of course, I'll help if I can.
Anyway, we have to give that note about the flower arranging to her. And oh wait, also I show her some of the various ghost pictures we got.
Something spectacular.
So I showed her the ghost in the
Is that a
caverns,
face or maybe my imagination?
some other ghost pictures, and some other stuff.
This book will provide some answers to your questions.
And that was one of the Ager books, I believe.
You're quite a talent.
Oh yeah, I think I forgot to. Oh yeah, a weird thing about
The humble
the
dandelion.
ingredients, you can actually collect them multiple times
A
if you
moon daisy.
process
Pretty
them
things.
by cutting them up and such. So you can like carry
Charles,
additional
the fox
amounts of the
deadly
ingredients.
poisonous.
So I have an additional amount of mushrooms since I
Reputable
accidentally picked them
firm.
up
You've
while I
been to
wasn't
the woods.
recording. So I had to collect the mushrooms
Is that a
twice
face
during
or
this playthrough, just to show where they were.
Not all is as it seems.
Having enough fluffing around, I eventually give her the note, and we're almost done.
I have this from Northfield Church.
Oh goodness, funeral service, and so soon?
The vicar told me to bring it to you.
Vicar at Northfield? That was quick. Oh, thank you, Nigel. Yes, thank you. I shall get trimming and strimming later tonight. Poor Evelyn. Oh, now, that's enough chatter for now. Give me your hand.
Why? What do you want to do?
Read your palm, of course. Come.
You are a very boring
First,
man.
Nigel,
okay.
look at your lifeline.
You
This
are
priest here,
hang on.
which one
descending
you find to the
into
base of your head.
madness.
Yes.
You are imagining
Best kind of
ghosts.
lifeline, which is strong and clearly marked.
You are talking to
It
strange
indicates good
people
health and
who
vitality.
just want you to go away.
Wait, no, she reads his palm and she goes, you wasted 10 minutes of your life in a museum.
Here is
You spent an hour looking for
indicating a
cob
logical
nuts
and direct
when they
way
were
of
right in
thinking.
front of your face the whole time.
The depths
Yeah.
of this line also
You have
indicates
very
that
weird
many
choices
people
in
should
travel
always do good
locations,
things.
like sex and...
You insult
Next
women
to
by
your
talking to
heart,
them.
which is
Yeah,
here,
just by your sheer
to the left
existence.
of your palm.
Your
Nobody
face is
actually likes
insane.
you. They just want you to
Begins
piss
with a
off.
materialistic look upon life and love. These small broken lines indicate
Girl on a
that you're
dating
unlucky.
site.
Unlucky in love, no wonder.
Lastly, your hand is square in shape. Very square, in fact.
Very boring.
This
I like how it
hard
doesn't
working,
really
dedicated
fit.
and
Oh,
earthly
come on, at
individual.
least try.
This is a good sign.
This suggests that to
It
control this
means
hand, you have to press the
good
square
values
button on the
and
PlayStation
bad
controller.
Imagine like Surgeon Simulator with ghost hunting equipment, like everything from the
It's your
floor,
first
like
palm, Ian.
Yes.
kicking everything
actually,
down.
I didn't realise the palm could
I'm
be
kind of
so
just
good.
imagining almost what you're saying, but you have to like draw the lines on the palm to say what they mean. So you just draw like a squiggle, and it's like, this is the line of Zion, it means you're going to die soon or something.
I know.
Surgeon
Super
Simulator with ghost crossover. Oh dear, like removing the hand and the equipment, like
angry torch bearer.
chuck the
You just,
recorder
you
away.
just rip the brain out and then you just stuff like recording equipment in there. It's like, hang on, there must be a ghost in here.
Seeking justice for their death.
My hand is the ghost. Oh, it wants to strangle me. No, Nigel, you don't have to witness this boring game. I will release you from your tongue.
Anyway, 48 hours
That's
for me.
realist. Oh,
I mean,
clever space
to be
robot.
fair, Arth, the protagonist of Surgeon Simulator is also called Nigel. Nigel Burke.
Ah, damn it. It's all coming together. If the moon were that near, we would all die because of the interaction between the moon and the Earth crust. We would all
It would just be a flaming moon as it just kind of scratches the
Yeah, I mean, it's
atmosphere.
way too close to the Earth.
I know. Anyway, I've showed off that recording from the
A
skeleton.
recording from the
You don't
museum.
leave candles.
Hang on, need to get my charging cable.
You don't leave candles burning alone in a room. This game is not safe.
I think the candle was lit by Morgan Menkel, the owner of the pub.
Bloody hell, is this a jungle?
I think it's supposed to be the moment the mystery man was murdered. Since he was killed around the woods we explored a couple of parts ago.
Okay.
But yeah, I can kind of see why you think it sounds like a jungle.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Sorry, it's just... Ah, dude.
And that's all there is to it. It's over.
Ben wanted to say something, I guess.
Sorry about that.
You just missed everything.
Is it important?
No, it's just a recording from the skeleton, which was sounds of him supposedly screaming and shouting while you could hear birds. Otherwise, you basically heard all of the boring details.
Joy.
Anyway, that's... unless anything has anything else to say, which I probably doubt. That's good enough for me. Ending recording.